QuailOS.com. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey guys, here's Christian with Undique. Quail OS is the topic of the day. I hope you had an awesome weekend. I know some people here in the area are pretty excited, and I'm competing with the Knicks playing. But hey, if you have time or watch the replay, welcome back to the live stream. So let's get started. This stream is about Quail OS. That's software for farmers, made by farmers. I'm a small farmer, a quail farmer here in New Jersey. And let's dive right in and check it out. Topic today is also Amazon announced the Prime Day. I'm down here, by the way. Hi. So we're going to do a little shopping as well for Prime Day on Amazon. And we do a second series of our webinar later this year, so I want to announce that as well. So if you have any questions, I keep my eyes sometimes down here on the chat. Feel free to put them down here. If you watch the replay, feel free to hit a like and subscribe if it's on YouTube. You might be watching also within the app here on Quail OS TV. By the way, we still look for people who would like to share their quail setups or any farm stories, anything farm related really, here on Quail OS TV. How you get on it, it's simple. Just put the hashtag Quail OS somewhere in the video description. Can be also in the title if you like. And then it pops up here automatically and it's approved within 24 hours. So if you have anything related about farming here in the United States, anything about poultry, birds, quail, feel free to use that hashtag and you will show up in Quail OS TV as well. So I hope you're watching that here now. So let's take a look what's going on, what's new in Quail OS. You reach the software at QuailOS.com. There is also in the video description a little link. When you first land here, this is how it looks. Let me make that a little bit bigger. So that's our landing page, and already from the get-go, without even creating a free account, you find a ton of information here on the QuailOS.com landing page. So what's in here? Let's check it out. On top you have the navigation menu where you find a couple of things, and then down here are quick resources as well. So if you want to just look something up real quick, you find it there as well. Let's get started. The directory, that's handy dandy. If you look for specific farm related products, you can either click here straight away on the product itself and then see the farms which offer that specific product here popping up on the map. Maybe some people like the list view, so you can do that here as well. When you click on list up here, you can also search by farm name or state. But if you click on the list view, you see all the farms in here with their locations, with descriptions, all the information. Some of them have reviews published as well. All the information here at your fingertips in the directory. The features up here describe a little bit all the features you get in Quail OS. Most features are free of charge, only where we pay money to suppliers who enable, for example, banking feeds. Then we need to charge as well, and that's clearly highlighted, so you can decide if you want to upgrade to use that or not use it. But Quail OS has a ton of features. We're gonna get over that in a second. The TV you have seen on the other screen already, so this is where either I or other people in the community are releasing useful videos about farming. I mainly use it right now to really promote the app and explain features we got, right? So I think it's pretty useful. Another community-driven menu up here is the farm times. So any store connected to us needs to be a Shopify store, can hook up for their order fulfillment, of course, with Quail OS, but also then share their blog posts with Quail OS. And you see here a ton of different stories, very interesting reads here. So have a look here. You can look at the full article here and then visit also the website where it was published on as well, if you want to go shopping there. So very useful. The Farm Times, I like to read it on a Sunday. The events, and I mentioned today the topic is a little bit Amazon, because Prime Day is earlier this year on the 23rd to 26th of June. Historically, they used to be in July. Not sure why they did it earlier this year, but that's cool. I am already working a little bit on my shopping list as well. I hope you do that too. There is sometimes good deals on Amazon, sometimes bad deals on Amazon. You need to check it out, and I can show you later how to do that. Now, this event in here, this is a hosted event in regards to selling on Amazon. So if you're interested on selling your products on Amazon, you can sign up here. We do that when it's a bit quieter, when people have a bit time. Farming season is over. In November again, we had one earlier this year. We do it twice a year to give you guys a bit information how to get started on selling on Amazon. So you can get a free ticket here. You get a reminder for the event. You find here the schedule, what it is about, and all that good stuff. So you find that here in the event section. And in Quail OS, you can create your own events. You can decide if they are public or not public. And you can use Quail OS to sell tickets. So either if you want to host farm tours or cherry picking or any kind of meetups, community events, and so on, you could use the event module in Quail OS to sell your tickets. And they will show up then in here as well. Very useful tool, especially for people who work right now as the hatching season goes down. On their websites, we have a free website check in here. We call it the carrier pigeon. So what does it do once it's loaded? So just 1 second. Seems like my internet connection is crapping out on me. I guess here we are. The carrier pigeon. This is a tool where you get a report where an AI tool looks at your website and at your email newsletter sender email address to make sure that you actually reach your subscribers and that your website is built for the future. Now with the rise of AI, we want to use it like a tool, like any other tool on the farm, right? If I plant something in the garden, I use a tiller and till a little bit. So that's a tool for me. And I realize my light goes off. Hey Google, lights on. Speaking about AI, right? So, hey Google, lights on. There we go again. I have it on a timer, like everything, right? Like the lights for the quail and so on. Anyway, so the carrier pigeon here really is a tool as well based on AI, where it helps you to take a different look at your website. Not like family and friends, taking a look and saying, oh, it looks nice. But actually doing a proper audit on it and get action items down here to see, is it optimized that these AI models find you, like ChatGPT and so on. Is your search engine optimization great? Is your email getting where it needs to go? Is there the right security settings and so on? So you just type in your website address and your email. We don't share your email here with anybody. And you get a report within like 30 seconds, and you know how your website is performing and what could you improve. And if you need help with that, there is a little button there to get in touch with us. So getting started is also simple. You click here, get started for free. But let's go back to the landing page. So if you type in quailos.com, there is a couple of more features in here I want to show. We got the Undique, which we just launched last week. We have the MPIP, that stands for National Poultry Improvement Program. The stock codes and information about different breeds. The farm directory you have seen already up here. And then we have a specific section for quail genetics. So maybe we start from the bottom up. Quail genetics, let's click on it. I used to be not really good with genetics previously, and I had a hard time remembering, all those color variations and all that stuff. So that's the reason why I coded that, and also to help me with customer support when customers ask, I got this and that, why is that happening? So it's a simple tool. We actually do have an Android app for that as well, so you can go on the Play Store and look for Quail genetic color mixer. That's the keyword you need to put in, and then you find this as an Android app as well. Super easy to use also when you're out in the barn looking at your birds and you're wondering how should you mix your breeding sets together to get the desired outcome. Now, for example, I had a customer over and I had a Faro in the cage, and I had, what else I had in the cage in there? I think I had Rosettas in there. So you can here say, okay, the male is Faro, the female was actually Rosetta. Here we go. And what would the offspring look like? So we mix it here, and you get a result. You're gonna get Tibetan out of it, right? So very easy to know what's the expected result. Faro rooster with a Rosetta hen results in the Tibetan offspring. Very easy. Now, I plan my breeding program. I kind of start a bit differently out for the next season, so I have the gold finder as well, right? So if I want to offer again Italian hatching eggs on my farm, let's go with the Italian. Ciao bella, come sai? We can find then the breeding pairs. So what do I have as a rooster and as a hen to get Italian, right? So the best scenario, according to genetics, is if I would have a Manchurian and a Faro. Then the probability of the offspring being Italian is 100%. As we know, it's not always 100% because there is a little side note down here. Read through that. Genetics can be funny, but it's close to 100%, right? If I would do it differently and just have an Italian male and an Italian female in there, then the offspring probability to get another Italian out of it is only 50%. Mamma mia, hey, what happened, right? If you want to know why that happened, we can turn that around again and look at the simulator again. So let me put in Italian here, Italian here. Why is that happening? It's simple in a way, right? For me, it was hard to remember all that stuff. Now it's simple to look at it, right? So if you have Italians, still have the genetics in there of the golden Manchurian, and of course the Faro is base of everything. And so the offspring of two Italians is not another Italian. Mamma mia, no. It is 50% of the offspring will be Italian, but then you have a quarter Manchurian and a quarter Faro. That's a nice fun mix as well. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to offer your customer 100% the Italian, what we learned early on, right? Then you're gonna go with the Faro and the Manchurian. You mix it, and then you're pretty close to 100% sure to get an Italian out of it. Sure, there might be, another gene breaking out. Things happen, but the majority of your offspring will be Italian. So this is the color mixer, handy dandy tool here for quail breeders. Let's look back here for any other kind of breeds, right? I haven't categorized it like into different kind of categories, right? I just went with the MPIP stock code. I don't know how you file your MPIP reports because there's different ways how to do it, and it seems like from state to state there is little differences. Some people are told to put in the stock code, some other people are told it's okay if you put in the breed name. It says on the MPIP database itself, just use the name what you use to sell it. It's a bit mixed out there, and just to make it easy for everybody, because the MPIP website really, in case somebody's watching from the government, I know you guys are a little slower sometimes, but that website is like yeah, I would say from the 90s or so, maybe year 2000, so maybe 25 years, nothing done on it. It's time to upgrade it, guys, really. So you can't really search easily there. You just have a PDF document on there. So here you can actually search for the breed. You get the stock code out of it. You get some statistics in regards to breeding and a handy dandy hatching calculator. So let's search for some quail breeds because that's what I know best. I used to have some chicken as well, but I know quail. So let's have a look at that. So you type in quail and you get a lot of stock codes, right? So you could be generic and just say it's quail. That's it. Coturnix quail is that stock code up here, but then there is stock codes for all kind of. We just talked about the Faro. So here you go. They actually do have a separate stock code in here as well. So you get all that information. There's certain names in here. Before I coded that, I did not even know they exist. I wonder sometimes, are those names made up sometimes, or do they actually do have a kind of scientific background there? It's interesting. Either way, you can, yeah, look at that. I'm Austrian. There's an Austrian fawn. Interesting. Next time I go back home on vacation, I'm gonna check that out. Now you can look at the statistics of each of them. And here we go. And you see the incubation time. You see, yeah, here the lovely calculator, which is handy dandy. So let's say I want to set some of them tomorrow. It calculates for me the lockdown date and the hatch date as well. Handy dandy. And of course you can track your hatches for any species free of charge in the Quail OS app. So that would be the Android app, or for iPhone you can install it as an app as well, or here on the desktop. I like bigger screens, right? Don't know where you're watching right now, on a small screen or big screen, but I'm a big screen guy. I just like that. Okay, so that's the MPIP stock codes here. Super handy dandy, good to use. Now the new thing, or the new kid on the block, the new model is the Farm Wiki, also public accessible. So let's take a look at that. We are looking for contributors here, right? So if you have farm knowledge, yes, you, I'm talking to you right there. Yep, you. If you have farm knowledge and you like to post that sometimes on Facebook or Reddit or wherever, where it gets completely lost on social media and Mr. Zuckerberg makes another million because of his stupid ads all over the place, maybe you want to share it here, get contribution points, and we're going to give away upgrades for free, the gold subscription until the end of the year to the top contributor. We're gonna do it in a couple of weeks, so I want to give you guys a little time. I know hatching season stuff is still going on, but we're gonna raffle out for the top contributors here a free gold subscription, which enables you to file the MPIP report with one click. Isn't that nice? You can hook up your bank accounts, do your accounting in Quail OS and all that lovely stuff with the gold subscription. So let's raffle something off there. I'm gonna announce that again on social media, of course, because that's where people usually are. But the idea about the wiki here is that we create our own source of truth, right? There's no advertising on here, which is nice. Clean interface. We have a few different categories right now. You can, if you're new to quail or new to farming, you can just go ahead and browse through by category if you're just looking around, or you can actually search the wiki as well. Let's say you want to know something about YouTube, right? Let's type in YouTube. See, nothing came up on YouTube. Okay, bad luck. Let's try something else. For example, MPIP. Is something coming up here? Nope, not yet. No article found. Okay, fine. Maybe I should have looked in all. Here we go. Yeah, leave it on all. I should know, I coded that stuff, but anyway, now you know, now I know. So if you look for MPIP information, there you go. You get a couple of different topics in regards to it. You find some other resources there. If you want to read up on MPIP, for example, you get a nice article. If you like it, you can find it helpful. That's great. If you think there's some stuff missing, if you're logged in, you can actually edit this stuff here as well, and then your logo, your farm logo, is being shown there as well. We see the revisions. It's a full wiki, like the Wikipedia, right? So very handy dandy to use. So let's see, let's try that with YouTube again. Is that search term? Oh yeah, there you go. Where I learned a lot when I started with Quail over 6 years ago, that was on the Coturnix corner. So for example, here in the wiki, I wanted to mention that as well, because people ask me, customers ask me, where can I learn more about Quail? I tell them, of course, you know, check out YouTube channels, check out Quail OS, of course. So a lot of interesting information in here. So I hope you guys like to contribute as well. About software, we have a section for beekeeping. We have a section in here as well. I learned about beekeeping when I was a little boy. My grandfather was a beekeeper already, and my father, and I was like, I don't know, 7 years old or so, or 8 years old when I had my first hive. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, check it out. That's the farm wiki, and you can access it without even an account, straight from the get-go, from the landing page, quailos.com, or once you're logged in the menu. Let's have a look how that looks if you're logged in. So here we go. Once you have created an account, you log in with your password, and we have a long list of things you can do in Quail OS. Not everybody might use everything, but we want to have it there for you guys, that you never need to use another software again. That's what Quail OS is about. I run my business now since over 6 years, and I used to have a shipping software. I used to have an accounting software. I used to have spreadsheets to track stuff, right? What else did I do? All these different fragmented, all over the place. It was just chaos. I had multiple tabs open all the time just to do my office work. Now I just have Quail OS open and a couple of other things for developing it and stuff. But here I can do anything I want. It's super. I can look in feed management and check out real quick how much feed I have left. That's pretty accurate actually. I don't have that many birds right now, as you can see. I'm on the way to the summer to wind down a little. So super easy. When I do meat processing, I can track my average weights. That's how I track the jumbo lines, for example. How much weight I get out of the birds. I have the customers in here, the online orders, all that good stuff. Marketing, I am not the best in marketing, honestly. I know a lot of technical stuff, but I'm not a marketing guru. So here in marketing, you can do a lot of stuff now. I coded a lot of things. I mentioned raffles early on. So here in online promotions, that's what we're going to use when we raffle away for the top contributors of the wiki, the free upgrade to the gold subscription. We're just going to put all the names in here of the contributors of the wiki. And we don't have them yet. So guys, get started. Share your knowledge. And of course, your farm logo is always there. People can click on it. So you are mentioned if you put time in there. Anyway, here in the online promotions, this is as it looks like, simple. You just copy paste in your participants of the raffle. You spin the wheel. You got a winner. You can record that, so you get a little video file. You can is automatically downloaded, what you can share on social media and stuff like that. You can download a picture of it. You can have your own logo. Your farm logo is being used, or a video as well. Super simple to use in here. Don't use any kind of Facebook plugins and apps. They might spy on you, who is your friend, and this and that, and data security. This is simple. and you can use it also in a live show. So we're definitely going to do that at the end of the summer to do an actual raffle. And that good stuff you find here in the marketing section. This is also where you update your profile for your own farm, upload images and all that good stuff. Then let me switch over to the test app, because here there is just funny stuff in here. You have your customers in here, for example. It has a full email newsletter management system as well, by the way. So if your customers are in here, you can go to marketing, you can go on email marketing, and this is where we have a couple of templates. They're here in HTML, but once you scroll down, you see the actual preview. And you can use other tools like ChatGPT or Google Gemini to design your newsletter. You just paste the code in here, and then you see the preview, and then it's ready to go. You can select it to send it just to customers or to customers and vendors or all contacts. You can save it as a draft, put in your email subject, send the test to yourself first. I always recommend that. So here it says send test to me. And you can also schedule it when you want to send it, right? So I typically send my newsletters out on the day I actually write them. But on a rainy day, or if I know I'm going to be away and I still want to send a newsletter, I can schedule it ahead of time, right? Super handy dandy. And then it goes out that time. We have a little partnership here. We use a service called Plunk, not the punk, but Plunk. There you get 1,000 emails per month for free. Email sends. It's not free to send emails because it needs infrastructure and all that good stuff. But they give away 1,000 emails for free, and so we have that integrated here. And then it's just a couple of fractions of a penny if you send out emails more than that. Super simple. Here's some setup instructions, how you use it all. And if you need help, you can always reach out in the support section down here, all the way down, help and support. This is where you can get help if you need help. So email marketing is included already in the free tier as well. Super handy dandy. Now we got here the shipping. If you just want to ship once or twice something out here, that you can do in here. It has access to your customers in here. We have the online order shipping as well. So that's when your eBay store is connected or your Shopify store, for example. We also support others. If you don't find it, if you want to hook up your store system, just reach out in the help and support section. Then we hook up your store system as well, as long as it's not Etsy. But yeah, with the shipping, you get great shipping discounts. So check them out. There is a rate card in here as well, where you see actually how much it costs for the different zones and stuff like that. Shipping has a risk management integrated as well. So this is when a package comes back, there was a credit card chargeback, things like that can go on to the risk management. Then you and other farms are being warned about an address, and you can think twice if you want to ship to that address if it comes up red or not. Little test here. That's a fake address. That house number does not exist. Boom, boom, boom. Let's select it here. So I do a little risk check on that. And it should turn up. Okay, I didn't have the name in there. Let's put my name. And a little weight and dimensions. Here we go again. Boom, 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 boom. Here. So. Did I remove that from the risk check or what? Here we go. Here you see there should be, right now it tells you unknown. Here's a little link to the manage risk list as well. So this is when we don't know it. Let's just change it up and show you one when we know it. Let's do this again. Here, this is how it looks like when we know an address. It looks good. If we don't know it, it's gray. And if we know it's bad, it comes up red. So very simple. Very useful as well in our shipping module here is the weather forecast for the destination zip code. right? I shipped a couple of live bird shipments this year, and what I want to know is what's the weather at the destination when they get there. So super handy dandy for eggs, for anything perishable. If you want to know what's the weather forecast, you don't want to send necessarily eggs into a blizzard or into a heat wave or things like that, right? So here you can check it out. You have the forecast for the next 7 days. That comes from NOAA. So they are pretty spot on most of the time. So you know exactly what's happening here at the destination zip code at least, right? Super handy. If you want to make money with quail or other farm goods, there is the supply opportunities up here as well. So here is where we look for suppliers for certain items. You can check that out. Very easy to use as well. And speaking about money, we have Rent a Hatch in here as well, where you can start your own incubator program. How does it look like? Let me show you how the people find it. So if you have an incubator at home, you have fertile eggs for chicken or for quail or ducks, you can run your own educational incubation program. Here is mine from my farm. I've done it this year 7 times, so that means 7 happy families booked that experience. What is included? It shows it in here, and you can set this up for your farm. You upload a couple of pictures of your incubator, of your brooder box. You determine the price, have a description in here. There is customer reviews possible as well. And customers can book that here. Here's the full explanation for the customers how it works, right? They pick up the incubator. They start incubating the eggs. Then they keep hatching, right? And then they keep brooding it for a week, and the experience is over after 30 days. They bring everything back, including the chicks, unless they want to keep them. And you reset and do the next one. You can do that with multiple incubators. I have 6 incubators in total, so the most I had out this year was in April, 4 incubators at the same time. It helps because it has in here also automatization in regards of sending emails and text reminders to the customers when lockdown is happening and all that good stuff. And we also provide the support, if you like, for your customers. So if they have a quick question about a hatch, we're here via text message or email to help out as well. Now, another handy dandy tool which is free of charge is the mileage tracker, right? You go and run to the post office. You want to track that mileage for your vehicle. This can be all done via the voice button, the AI button as well. That one is down here. If there's a little lock, you have to upgrade to silver, but then you just press that button, you talk into it. You can do a ton of different things here. Handy dandy on the mobile phone, obviously, but it works on the desktop too. So you dictate Quail OS. If you don't want to type anything, you say, like what I just did with the mileage. You can, in my truck, I say, okay, I'm going to tractor supply, picking up feed, log 10 miles, boom, the system comes up. I just have to confirm it. That's done. So very, very easy. This is how we use AI voice recognition. Same with my daily egg collection. In one hand, I have the egg tray. In the other hand, I have my mobile phone. I just talk into it and say, I have 30 jumbo white, 50 jumbo brown, and so on and so on. Then I confirm it. That's it. Super easy, handy dandy. You do your income tracking in here. You do your expenses in here. If you want to automate that, we have the banking and accounting hooked up here as well. So that's a direct bank feed. That requires either a gold or diamond subscription. You can hook up to 10 bank accounts and credit cards. Some people have multiple credit cards. I like to play the points game. That leads me over to Amazon, for example. On Amazon, I have the Business Prime card where I get 5%. I pay my credit cards always on time, but I get 5% in cashback. That adds up every year. So, banking, accounting, all in Quail OS. All of that, what you've seen now, there is trainings for that in the Academy. It's here in the menu too. Check it out. This is the test system. Doesn't show all the good stuff. over here. Let's take a look here in the academy. There's way more. And here as well, if you want to offer a course about anything farming, you can do that here and become a tutor, a teacher, and upload your own course. It can be free of charge. You can charge something for it. It's up to you. We want to get everything farm related in here. And yeah, super easy to use. What I'm doing here right now, you can learn that too, right? Super easy. You can enroll here for free. And then the course material comes up. It's typically some text, some videos. Some courses are actually through an online call as well. So you have a look what you like. Here we go. So this is, for example, online course with a video. Simple one. There's more with more stuff. Anyway, you get the idea. Now, the topic of the day was Amazon Prime Day. So let's have a look around into Amazon. I will be live, by the way, on Amazon in about 15 minutes as well. So I show you where you find that. But I was already shopping in regards to quail on Amazon. And I wanted to show you guys a few little tips and tricks where you can check, is that deal actually really a good deal? So let's take a look. What we got here? This is a nice run for quail or for chicken. Wow. 4.1 reviews with over 600 reviews. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at that one. Do I need that now? The wiring? What kind of mesh wiring is that? Because some predators can be tricky. Well, it looks pretty good. Now, let's see if this is a good deal right now. One indicator is it's Amazon's choice. That's always good to have that button. There is returns possible, so if it really doesn't fit or match your expectations, it would be returnable. That's good to know as well. But there's other options where you actually see here the new price history, right? That's what I was looking for. That pops up here on the left. And then you see, is that price good? Then you can look back for an entire year and see how the price developed. So it was lower actually in the beginning of the season in March. Here in June it was higher up. Interesting. So you definitely get a bit of information. Is it a good deal or not, right? New features set the price alert when it drops to a certain thing. My guess is on Prime Day this is probably not going to be much cheaper. But I could be wrong. Let's see what else we have around. I just searched for quail. Now I'm going to search for chicken. In regards to chicken, what's the newest? Yeah, well, that I don't need. It depends on your search term, what you use, what you're actually gonna get to see, right? Nesting herbs. That sounds interesting. What kind of herbs are those? Is that marigold? No. Let's see. Text is for AI. Images is for people. Okay. No, it's not marigold. Good. Okay, interesting. Most of that stuff I have actually growing in my garden. Not too sure why I would give rose to my quail or chicken, but okay. This is not for eating, is it? This is more like pimping your look and feel and smell of the coop. Nice, I like that. Okay, yeah, doesn't really look like it's much for feeding there. I always love the AI generated pictures because nobody ever would have such a clean on the farm, right? There would be some dirt. I use AI generated pictures as well. It's easy. I mean, I studied photography and I know how much effort it is to take pictures. I take pictures of certain things, but for other stuff, I use AI pictures as well. So interesting little thingy dingy here. You can look at the price history of that again as well. I guess it was probably cheaper before, and it was. Interesting to see that it was higher up and then it dropped down again. It seems that happens here every once in a while. Yeah. Honestly, if it says like a gift, if my wife would give me that, I wouldn't be too happy about it. I wouldn't use it. Right? For sure, nice product. I mean, the reviews are pretty good. So anyway, Prime Day, best advice is go ahead and check out what you like now and then add it to a list down here. And another good tip is if you want to save year round on Amazon, get the business credit card. I use Amazon Business. I have it combined with my private one, then you don't actually have to pay for two subscriptions. There's a little discount if you combine your private Amazon Prime with your business Prime. I use the credit cards, the private one and the business one. Always as a business, keep private and business separate, right? Don't mix that stuff. So that's why I have it that way as well. And then on any purchase I do on Amazon, I get automatically 5% off, which is pretty nice. And for stuff I would use more often, I always check out the subscribe and save as well. And after a while, check back on it if you have that on a monthly subscription or so, because prices can change, right? Even if you have a subscription. So check that out. But it definitely always knocks off a little things as well. So for stuff I use in the office, like trash bags or any kind of, things I need over and over again, I put them on a subscription. I don't have to think much about it. That stuff comes back. So here a little bit, of an idea how things work on Amazon. If you want to follow along later on my show on Amazon, just go on Amazon and type in Undique, and it's not unique, it's Undique. You see some of my products here already, and you can click on any of them. It doesn't really matter. And once you're in there, click on visit the Undique store, and this is where Hazel, my lovely Labradoodle, not on the beach anymore as this picture might suggest. That's not an AI generated picture, it's a real one. But here we will be live in about 5 minutes, so I hope you see you over there. So I hope you had fun, guys. Again, a quick reminder on Quail OS, if you check it out in the events section up here, we do have a webinar coming up later this year for selling on Amazon. So if you want to check that out, go on quailos.com/events, and it should pop up here in a second. My internet is slow today. What's going on? And then you can subscribe. Get your ticket, because we're only gonna have 50 seats available for this webinar as well. And that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you guys. I hope you had fun. Check out Quail OS. It's free to use. Upgrades only when you use anything special. See you later, maybe on the Amazon.com live stream. I wish you guys a happy week ahead. I will be online again, live again next week, Monday, around 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a good week ahead. Stay safe out there. And thanks for watching.
QuailOS.com. Thank you for watching.